Well, I came here in 1995, and my very first year here, 94, 95, my very first year here was a homecoming year, and I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
I've been a teacher here at White Oak for 32 years. No, I don't look like I have, but I have. I love homecoming.
I moved to White Oak in 1976, and my first year here was a homecoming year. And because I went to a high school that had homecomings and a college that had homecomings, I thought I would, kind of know what to expect at a White Oak homecoming.
I'm a White Oak graduate, graduated in 1980, very long ago. What does homecoming mean to me?
I am a third generation graduate from White Oak High School. My grandmother was class of 38, my mother was class of 60, I'm class of 82, my son was class of 2008.
My parents graduated from here in 1973, and then my mom graduated in 74. I graduated in 1994 from here, a 13-year roughneck. So I, over the years, have several friends that I'm close with, that I keep in touch with, that we've grown up together. Our kids, now I have two, one's a 4th grader, one's a 1st grader, that they're enjoying here at White Oak.
Okay, what homecoming means to me as a former White Oak graduate, I think that having homecoming every 3 years makes it that much more special.
My understanding is they started somewhere around World War II, and the reason for the 3-year spacing was because so many people were involved, so many of the men were involved in the war that they couldn't come, so they started the 3-year, and then it stuck and continues to go.
From what I understand, and this is what I have been told, homecoming began every 3 years in 1942 when the war happened, and that was a homecoming year. Well, then the war lingered on, and so they didn't want to exclude anybody, so they waited 3 years, and it was such a hit that they decided to wait another 3 years, and it just became tradition. I hated it to start with because I came from Spring Hill and I thought you should have homecoming every single year. And I didn't understand the mentality of this every 3-year thing. But when I got here and realized what an extremely special thing it is, that they only come every 3 years and everybody comes back for years and years and years and all get together and have a great time. Every 3-year homecoming was strange when I first moved here, and it was throughout my high school years. Just once every 3 years. I had it my freshman year, and then I had it again my senior year. And it was odd. I didn't understand it until the 3 years later that I came back for homecoming, my first time. And I realized that homecoming at White Oak High School is a true homecoming.
As I know a lot of people, a lot of the students wish that we have homecoming every year, but I think that having it every 3 years makes it really special.
It's just a great, memorable experience for me, and I'm glad we only do it 3 years. Because homecoming is every 3 years at White Oak High School, it is very special.
And then over the years, I've really gained an appreciation for homecoming every 3 years because it really does make it special. You have people who fly in from all over America sometimes, and you have, it's generational, intergenerational, with all kinds of different classes and groups of people who come together to celebrate being Roughnecks. It's pretty special.
Homecoming happens here every 3 years, and obviously that's a lot different than other places. We're different. We're a special group of people.
Schools that have it every year, it just doesn't seem that important to them. Only having it every 3 years, it's a really big deal. Exes from all around come and fly in just to participate and have their class reunions.
I've got friends. One lives in Boston, one lives in California, and every 3 years we get to see one another because it's that important to them.
And as a teacher, it's incredible to get to see all your kids come back and get to visit with those kids that have been in a long time. I sponsored the Twirlers for 17 years, and I get to see lots and lots of those old Twirlers come back and see their kids, and it's just a great time. It's a great time to be here.
The big thing is how many of the ex-students make an effort to come back for those homecomings. Because I'll use my own life as an example. For my high school, I have never gone back for a homecoming because they're just ho-hum. They're just a special game, and sometimes they honor one class previous years or something in a football game and a dance, and that's it. But the White Oak homecomings, like I say, go way beyond that. It's just like one big, massive reunion, and it's amazing to see even those that are older than I am. Believe it or not, there are some here that are older than I am that go back into the 40s, you know, how much pride they take in their school and their class, coming together and still being a part of those.
It doesn't mean what other schools' homecoming means. I get a chance to buy a mom and they get to crown a homecoming queen. This means exes from years, from day one, come back and they get to share stories, renew friendships.
It's amazing to me the number of kids that come back and how big it is, because that shows how special White Oak is, and it shows the sense of family that we have here at White Oak.
Unbelievable. The number of people who came back, the school spirit, the involvement of the community.
Just the way that the school really gets into it is just really special. The community comes together. We have all kinds of activities going along with homecoming. Not only the game is standing room only, and you're lucky if you can get a place to stand, but having Roughneck Days, the parade, all of that just goes to make it just a really special time, and something that the kids won't ever forget.
White Oak holds a very special place in my heart, and homecoming is just a time for remembering the old memories, making new memories, and having a great time doing that.
Being able to see family and seeing alumni that I've not seen in years, and they come back and we reminisce about the old days of back when we ruled the school, and successes on the football field, on the court, and then on the baseball diamond, all those things. So.
And when they celebrate a particular group, it can be extremely enlightening. They had Cotton Miles and the championship football team, a reception for them a few years ago. And I went in to take pictures of it, and just being able to listen to those guys was phenomenal.
So, with homecoming, it's big time. That's good.
they graduate, my wish, my hope, is that they understand what homecoming is at White Oak, and that every 3 years you get to come home.